Hey, what is up, guys? Bluntguts here. This is a Watcher of Realms video. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I really appreciate it. We've got a big summoning weekend going on this weekend. I'm going to try to be brief here and see if I can't give you, hopefully, some good advice. So there are 3 different banners going on this weekend. We've got the 2X for both Invocation of Spirits, the rare summons, as well as Divines. That is up almost every single weekend. It's a good, not great banner. You are earlier mid-game. You do need heroes still for different roles. This is probably a good place to spend your summons. I think that because we have a better banner, better 15x going on, personally, I would recommend that you spend your summons there, but it is obviously at your discretion. I think progress-wise, you might be better off spending it on the 2x. So if you are looking to progress fast, then 2x is probably where it's at. But I think long-term, you might be happier if you spend them on the 15x. So that is my perspective. The other one, before we get to the 15x, is the Surprise Invocation of Spirits, the 1+1. It is the crowd favorite. Personally, my recommendation, though, is that you should not be summoning on this unless you are very, very close to your Mercy. So if you are, like, let's say within 50 of your Mercy, yeah, go ahead, pop it on that. You get two for the price of 1. That is not bad, but I think that you're probably better off spending on the 15x, even though the 15x doesn't really 15x anymore. But, I think that my experience with the 1+1 is that more often than not, and I mean overwhelmingly, I get bad heroes on that banner. You're much more likely to get 2 kind of common bucket heroes than anything that is really going to do anything for your account. So, buyer beware would be my recommendation. Unless you're close to Mercy, not a good investment in my opinion. Which brings us to the feature event that we've got going on here, Beelzebub as well as Zilitu. I just did a breakdown of Beelzebub and why I think that he is the best inspiration hero in the game right now. And I definitely think that if you are an endgame player, if you're a competitive player, then he's somebody that you need to have on your account. Now, he's going to be hard to pull, in my opinion. I think he's going to be a low drop rate. That's been my experience on the Forerunner server. But with that being said, I do think that over time, it is going to be worthwhile to get him to A3. And I'm going to tell you why. We're going to go through his Awakenings real quick, and then we'll touch on Zilitu as well. So, Beelzebub, Beelzebub, Bubba, whatever you want to call him, he is a inspiration mage, provides basically the same amount of inspiration once he is A2 or higher as A5 Dolores does. He does have higher uptime on his inspiration buff once he is A3 or higher, and that is the awakening that I think you need to go for. But aside from the inspiration, he also does a host of other things, including summoning, buffing summoners. He also provides a 10% base, 20% at A1 magic damage vulnerability debuff to up to 10 enemies during his ultimate, which is incredible. He's really good. He slows, he does CC, he's got a lot of really compelling things about his kit. There's a little bit of damage, although I would not think of him as a damage dealer, more as a control or support champion, more than anything. Yeah, providing inspiration, providing debuffs, buffs, and CC is where it is at with him. Oh, on top of that, he does have by far the best range for any inspiration champion in the game. So really, really, really good hero. Somebody that I think if you are endgame, I do think he's somebody that you want in your account. He differentiates himself enough from the other inspiration heroes that you are going to want him. So let's do the Awakenings real quick. The A1 is going to double the vulnerability provided by that debuff that I was talking about before. It goes from 10% to 20%. The A2 is going to give you an extra 300 attack, which is more than 300 attack because it's 300 base attack, and he has really low base attack. And this is going to give you about a 13% boost to his attack, which again is what he provides to other heroes via inspiration. So really, really important for his main function in the game. The A3, when basic attack deals damage to the target, restores 2% rage. This is by far his best awakening, and it is going to give you a much more uptime on the inspiration buff. It's fantastic. He's a really low attack speed, which you can get down very easily to about 1 second per attack, and that is going to basically give you 2% rage per second when you are actively hitting an enemy. Really, really good. So very solid there. That is the key one there. The A4 and the A5 are good, but not, well, they're okay. The A4 is -2 cost. It's going to bring him from 10 cost down to 8, which is nice, but I just don't know that you really need it, honestly. There may be some place in the game where that plays a big role, but I'm not aware of it. And then the A5 is going to give you 100% true damage during the ultimate when Plague of Ruin hits an enemy twice within 3 seconds, which is definitely possible. It's okay. Honestly, again, he doesn't do much damage. It's going to top out at probably around 50k or so, maybe 50 to 60k when you are in like Soulbound Arcana. I just don't think it's really worthwhile going for. Not for this anyway. But the other thing about him that I haven't touched on is that he is a battle power beast. And when I say beast, I mean like one of the best in the game. Probably around Uridan level, maybe slightly worse, but close. He's a close second, if so. And he can get, we've seen like up to about 127,000, I think is what I saw in Destin's video, battle power, which is just redonkulous. So, you know, if you are looking for a strong affiliation hero, then the more awakenings of this guy, the better. He is really, really good for that purpose as well. So he's got a lot of different things that are compelling about his kit, whether it's the inspiration, the affiliation for demon soldiers, the CC, the debuffs. It's just really, really good all around. Great hero, and I think he's not getting enough love. I think that he was hyped for a long time, and so now everybody's saying he was overhyped. I just think maybe people set their expectations in the wrong place. I'm not sure exactly what they thought he was going to do that he's not going to do, but to my mind, he is incredible and is a must-pull for anybody who is an endgame player and likes to play in any of the competitive game modes in the game. Let's talk about Zilitu real quick. So Zilitu used to be one of the best damage dealers in the game. She's a great single-target damage dealer, was really relevant in Guild Boss 1 back when that was kind of challenging content. Not really the case anymore. She's still good. She's just not great. And, you know, we are going to see a resurgence for Guild Boss 1 heroes in the near future because Nightmare 5 is going to be released in about a month, maybe a little less than a month, actually, around Valentine's Day. I don't know that that's enough to give her a resurgence. She's not really used all that much right now on Nightmare 4. I think that she's kind of been passed over by other heroes, honestly. And I don't think Infernals are really where it's at. But you know, she's not a bad hero. I will say that. She does have some really, really good aspects to her kit. She brings a little true damage. She's got this wonky kind of like double hit interaction with Twin Fiend that is really nice. But on the whole, I think that she is just good, not great at this point. And while I do like her, I don't think that she is somebody you should be pulling for specifically. And now, as a second hero on a banner alongside Beelzebub, she's a great kind of like worse hero, you know, on the banner. There's usually a good one and a bad one. She's a great bad one. The Awakenings are not all that great, except for one of them. This one, Soul Siphoning's remaining HP requirement is lowered to 70%. It basically means that when the enemy is above 70% health there, she's going to have a chance to do 60% true damage on top of each of her attacks, which is really, really nice. Guild Boss 1, it doesn't really matter because the boss doesn't actually have any health, but any place else you use her, this could come into play. The A2 is 15% crit damage, which is, again, good, not great. We'd prefer attack, honestly. I would prefer attack, honestly. I think that would be better, but it is what it is. The A3 is really, in my opinion, the best one that she does have. It is plus 10 seconds to her ultimate duration, which is already really long at 35 seconds. It becomes 45 seconds when she is A3. So really, really nice there. The A4 is plus 2 rage regen on her auto attack. Not that great, honestly. It's okay. It's not bad, but it's not. We'd prefer like penetration or something like that, I think would be better. And the A5 is recovers 10% HP for every stack of recharge consumed during Empress Might, which if we click on this skill here and I move I guess I don't have to move my head out of the way to read the skill. Charges energy after 3 seconds of not dealing damage, increases damage by 10% per second, up to 50%. The charged energy will be consumed in 1 second, and the damage increase will end. So you're going to get, you know, some HP back. It's really at most. So, you know, at most you're going to get 50% HP back for using this. I just don't think that this is good. It's really not good for an A5. It's a survivability A5. I don't know where this really comes into play. As a single target damage, boss killing hero, she is almost always going to have a healer to keep her alive, and this is not really going to help her out all that much. So this is not something specifically that you should be pulling for in my mind. If you get her, the A3 is really where it's at, and anything else is just kind of gravy. She doesn't really have great BP, so that's not really a factor as far as getting Awakenings is concerned. But if you're pulling on this banner, you're probably pulling for Beelzebub, not for her. So extra Awakenings for Zilitu, yeah, why not? It's a cherry on top. In any case, guys, that is my opinion. As I said earlier, I did just put out a video on Beelzebub, kind of breaking down why I think that he is the best inspiration hero in the game. I would definitely recommend that you check that out. I will have a link to it in the description of this video. Good luck on your summons. Please do like and subscribe if you do enjoy this content. And there's a lot of you that do watch my content that do not actually subscribe to my channel. So make me a happy boy. Toss me a sub. I'd appreciate it. If not, toss me a like. It's all free, and you'd really be helping me out. So thanks in advance if you can do that. Good luck on your summons this weekend. I will catch you all next time.